Many states are excited to import cheap drugs from Canada. And now that the excitement is worn off, they're discovering that it's just not that easy. Legislators love to crow about the potential savings while glossing over the real-world challenges of drug importation, such as the cost of testing or the fact that very few medicines actually qualify to be imported. They even gloss over the impossibility of regulating a Canadian company from afar. This week, Florida announced that nobody bid on their $10 million a year contract to manage their Canadian drug importation program. Florida's drug importation program is impossible to operate safely and cheaply, and it has infinite liability for patient harm. Since no legitimate Canadian suppliers have stepped up to sell Canadian medicines to Florida, it seems they'll have to deal with the black market to make it work. Who would want the liability of being the vendor that runs that program? Apparently, nobody. Two other states, North Dakota and Wyoming, recently took the time to analyze the issue without the rose-colored glasses, and they didn't like what they had found. North Dakota hired consulting firm Deloitte that found that importing prescription drugs from Canada would have no impact on the price of pharmaceuticals in the US. They even warned that Canada does not have enough drugs to allow for importation to the US without jeopardizing access for Canadians. Wyoming's Department of Health issued a report that urged legislators to not pursue drug importation. DOH warned that any savings would be fleeting and that any slack supply in Canada would be run dry by other states if there was any to be had at all. They even included a letter from the Consulate General of Canada expressing concern that drug importation would negatively impact Canadian citizens. These problems won't stop states such as Maine, Vermont, Colorado, or even Florida from implementing it. The problem is that when these programs fail, they endanger real people. We're tracking these programs, and you can learn more about the dangers at our website at www.safemedicines.org. To get next week's counterfeit news, click subscribe below.